Hello, my mindful We Can Do It women. I'm Debra Morrison. And with the holidays approaching, today we're tackling something that derails more financial plans than almost anything else: holiday overspending. The average American spends over $1,000 on holiday gifts, decorations, food, travel, and many spend far more. Yet here's the brutal reality: 36% of people are still paying off last year's holiday debt when this year's holidays arrive. That's a recipe for financial stress that lasts all year long. So today I'm going to show you how to create a holiday season filled with joy, meaning, and celebration without the crushing January credit card statement. So the true cost of holiday overspending is this. Let's start with sobering math, right? If you charge $2,000 in holiday expenses on a credit card with an 18% interest, and some people are paying more, and you make the minimum payments, it's going to take you 11 years to pay that off. The total interest you would pay is $1,934. The total cost to cover that $2,000 in debt was $3,934. That's nearly double what you spent for gifts that have long been forgotten, food that was consumed, and decorations that are now in storage. So, the psychology behind holiday overspending is this: we want to understand why we overspend and help us to stop that. Trigger one: emotional spending. Holidays bring up the feelings of obligation and guilt and nostalgia and desire to create the perfect memories. These emotions override rational spending decisions. Trigger two: social comparison. Social media shows everyone else's perfect holidays, triggering spending to keep up. Trigger three: sales manipulation. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, one day only. It creates this artificial urgency to spend. Trigger four: tradition pressure. We've always done it this way. That keeps expensive traditions alive even when they no longer fit your budget or that of your family. Trigger five: future discounting. January feels so far away in November. We minimize the future pain of debt for immediate gratification. So here's the holiday budget framework. Step one: determine your total holiday budget. Calculate what you can actually afford. Look at the November through January income that you're expecting and subtract all the essential expenses. Determine what's left for holiday spending. And don't plan to use your credit card for the difference. Here's a 1 month rule: your holiday spending should not exceed 1 month's discretionary income. If you have $500 a month in discretionary spending, your total holiday budget is $500, not $2,000. Step two: break down your spending by category: gifts, family gifts, friends gifts, work-related gifts, teacher service provider gifts, charitable giving. And then experiences: holiday parties and events, special meetings, special meals, dining out, entertainment and activities. How about our home? We want a decoration. Sometimes we like to get new purchases, right? Holiday cards and postage and wrapping supplies. If we're going to travel, we have transportation, we have accommodations, we have meals while traveling to factor in, food and housing, and hosting parties, right? Special ingredient purchases, party hosting expenses, holiday baking supplies. Step three: allocate intentionally. Oh, I love that word, intentional. We want to prioritize based on our values. What brings us the most joy? What aligns with our values? What would you genuinely miss? And what can you do without? What's just habit? A smart gift giving strategy includes strategy one: the adult gift agreement. You propose to other adult family members. You're drawing names instead of buying for every single person. You put price limits on these adult gifts. You give experience gifts instead of physical items. And on that first matter, there's a whole website, several websites where it's all automated and you get it on your cell phone and you get the person's wish list. It's really quite fun. Charitable donations in each other's names, that's always a good one. And a no gifts agreements. We're just not doing gifts this year. And so many families are really tremendously relieved when someone suggests scaling back or altering what we've always done. Strategy two: thoughtful gifts, not necessarily expensive. You see, meaningful gifts don't require big budgets. Homemade items are often a very critical and memorable gift. Baked goods, what you're known for, right? Crafts and preserves. Time gifts, babysitting coupons, help with projects, skill sharing. Experience vouchers, coffee dates, movie nights, picnics in the park. A photo gift, a digital frame with family photos and photo books. How about we share subscriptions? We split the cost of streaming services and magazines, for example. Strategy 3, the category system. Yeah, categories. Establish clear spending limits per category. Kids and grandkids, $50 to $100 each. Adult immediate family, $25 to $50 each. Or everybody draw a name and that's it. Extended family, $15 to $25 each. Again, draw your names and buy one. Friends, $10 to $20 each. You could do that with friends. Teachers and service providers, $10 to $15 each. So adjust your numbers for your budget and yet stick to it. Strategy 4, shop all year round. Take advantage of sales throughout the year. You see, after Christmas clearance for next year's decorations can save you 50 to 75% off. That's really when I add to my Christmas decorations, the day after Christmas. End of season sales for clothing gifts. This is so critical. Like there's a whole lot of sales after Christmas. Prime Day, Black Friday for electronics, if you really need them, and store birthday gifts that are purchased on sale throughout the year. You know, Warren Buffett was famous for buying sugar for See's Candy, a company which he owned in San Francisco, in June. There's no Easter, there's no Valentine's Day, there's no Christmas and holiday and Thanksgiving and Hanukkah. It was brilliant, right? Saved a lot of money, made a lot of profit. Strategy 5, use cash back and reward strategies. These credit cards are, most of them issuing rewards. Only charge what you've already budgeted, however, and yet pay it off immediately. Don't carry your balance. Maximize cash back categories. I get cash back from Costco. I get points back on my Amazon for using the Amazon American Express credit card. The art of saying no, right? A dear friend of mine said, your yes is meaningless until your no is taken seriously. Wow. How to decline expensive traditions. We're scaling back this year. It's simple. You don't need any more explanation. We're focusing on experiences over things. This shifts the conversation to what you are doing. We're being more intentional with our spending. It positions it as thoughtful, not lacking. Let's draw names this year. It offers an alternative solution. We'd love to see you, but we can't do expensive gifts. It prioritizes the relationships over the presents. So let's talk about holiday travel cost management, because that could add up. When to travel. Midweek travel is 30 to 50% cheaper than weekends. Avoid those peak travel days, Wednesday before Thanksgiving, December 22nd through 24th. I've flown a lot of times on Easter. Oh, Deborah. Easter was holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas. Oh my gosh, it's like the plane's empty. It's crazy. You get great service. And you get to your destination and everything's fine. Consider celebrating on different days to save hundreds. Where to stay? Ask the family if you can stay with them. You contribute groceries while you're there and you cook some of the meals. Use hotel points that you've accumulated all through the year. Consider home sharing for kitchen access and book well in advance for those better discounted rates. What to bring versus buy. Ship gifts ahead to avoid the airline baggage fees. Bring non-perishables in your luggage. Contribute specific dishes instead of cash to your host. And if you're hosting, let's do so without breaking the bank. The potluck revolution. Stop trying to provide everything. Assign categories: appetizers, side dishes, desserts, beverages. Most people prefer contributing to being guests with coming empty-handed. They're not going to come empty-handed, so why not direct what they can bring? Budget-friendly hosting tips. Focus the budget on your main dish. Let the others provide the sides. Use what you have for decorations. Borrow specialty items, extra chairs, serving pieces, card tables. Digital invitations instead of printed. playlists instead of hiring entertainment. The experience over the expense mindset is what I want us to adopt. What people remember isn't how much you spent. No, it's not. They remember the playing games together. They remember the laughing over the shared meals, the talking and connecting, the traditions and the rituals, and feeling welcomed and loved. There are many free and low-cost holiday activities. At home, you can do holiday movie marathons. You can do cookie decoration parties. You can craft homemade decorations, game nights with seasonal themes. You can read holiday stories together. In community, you can do free light displays and decorations in your town, community tree lighting ceremonies, free holiday concerts and performances, window shopping and people watching, neighborhood caroling, or light tours. The gratitude practice that prevents overspending really involves daily gratitude journaling during November and December. That really grounds us, right? It reduces the focus on what we don't have. It increases our appreciation for what we do have. It diminishes the urgency to buy more because we kind of think we're in a lack situation. We're not. And it shifts the focus from things to experiences. So let's talk about the post-holiday recovery plan. If you happen to overspend in one of these categories, face the numbers immediately. Don't avoid the January statements. Open them up. Face the reality. Create an aggressive payoff plan. Yeah, you're going to take money away from another item on your budget and put it towards that payoff. You're going to cut discretionary spending in January and February. And maybe you're going to consider selling any unwanted gifts or items. You're going to learn from your missteps so that the next year goes more according to your plan. So we'll set up for next year already. Yes, we will. January actions include opening up a dedicated holiday savings account. You remember when they had these, they called them Christmas clubs in my vicinity because of very few Jewish people, but holiday clubs at the bank? Yeah. Automatic monthly transfers into this savings account. And in the day, you would go shopping in November, not like, August. And the banker would hand you your check for, the 12 months of your savings. It was like amazing. Christmas clubs, they were called. Yeah. Buy next year's cards and wrap them, and Christmas cards and wrapping at 75% off. Document this year's spending for next year's planning. And notice what people are saying when they're opening their gifts. Notice the appreciation and the joy on their faces when they open something that maybe didn't cost a nickel. And yet it's the thought and it's the experience that is so resonant with them. Write it down. Monthly savings approach. You want $1,200 for next holiday season? $100 a month, January through December. Far easier than scrambling. Eliminate the debt cycle completely. And teach your kids healthy habits for the holidays because they're eager to participate too. If you have children or grandchildren in life, involve them in budgeting conversations because they can help shape, hey, how about this or that? I'd rather them have what they prefer. Teach gratitude through giving to your kids. Focus on experiences and traditions. Most kids really want to spend time with their family and their parents, and that for sure. Model restraint and intentionality. Show the excitement for meaningful gifts, regardless of their price. So the holiday values alignment check. Ask yourself, does this spending reflect my actual values? Will this matter in 6 months? Am I trying to buy happiness or connection? Is this obligation or is it genuine desire? And would I rather have this or be debt-free? Ladies, the holidays are meant to be joyful, not financially devastating. The best gift you can give yourself is starting the new year without debt, regret, or financial stress. No one will remember whether you spent 50 or 150 on their gift. But you'll remember the stress of the January bills for months, and you'll remember it in your body. It hangs in there. Your future self will thank you for the restraint you utilize today. Yes, it will. And the most meaningful holidays I've experienced weren't the most expensive ones. They were the ones where we were fully present, genuinely connected, and financially peaceful. Next week, we're diving into year-end financial planning strategies to set you up for a strong financial start to the new year. So subscribe to this channel, join our We Can Do It Women Facebook community, and share this video with any woman who needs permission to enjoy the holidays without overspending. Until next week, remember, the best holiday gift you can give yourself is financial peace You deserve a joyful season and a debt-free January. You can absolutely have both.